it. I don't want to, I'm not trying to plug a clip or anything, but I've got it up on YouTube.
Plug it right now.
I'm up as Be Notorious Iowa on YouTube. I just punch in, did Obama take the oath properly?
No, you're right. It says Star Tribune, oath of office. Oops, see how great my team is? It says, you couldn't help but cringe when the president's oath of office was administered today. It started off with an awkward interruption. Then came another pause and a wordless exchange while Obama and U.S. Supreme Court Justice John Roberts figured out that a word or two had been misplaced in the oath. Oh, but they didn't re-administer it. Guys, I'll guarantee you, Obama's oath of office is going to be all over the web. Go to YouTube, find one that's like 30 seconds long. That'll be it, because there'll be longer ones that are the whole ceremony. This is so important. This is law. This is under law, so it means he isn't the president. See how everything he does, listen, they're practicing that he's probably not from America, that they won't bring the real birth certificate. Like with Schwarzenegger, getting used to having a foreigner. They are pissing and urinating and defecating all over the Bill of Rights and Constitution. Here it is from NBC transcript. Roberts, I, Barack Hussein Obama, I, Barack, do solemnly swear, I, Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear that I will execute the office of the President of the United States faithfully, that I will execute, that's Obama, said I will execute, faithfully the office of the President of the United States, Obama, the office of the President of the United States faithfully, Roberts, and will to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God, so help me God. So he did, here's the key part, I do solemnly swear, Roberts, I, Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear that I will execute the office of President to the United States faithfully, that I will execute. He didn't say that I will execute the office of the President to the United States faithfully. He said, I will execute. Sir, you're welcome to plug your website. Where is it?
I don't have a website. It's just a clip that I threw together on YouTube.
What's it named?
It's named Did Obama Take the Oath Properly?
All right, did Obama take the oath properly? Thank you for the call. Just amazing callers. Up next, my call screen went down here. Again, we're still beta testing the studio, working it all out. Tristan in Florida, you're on the air. Thanks for holding.
Hi, Alex. Good afternoon. I'm here in the Central Time Zone as well. I discovered you about 4 years ago after doing an independent study on this guy, Donald Rumsfeld, and I came across you. It's been a lot of wealth of knowledge ever since. I got 3 points right quick that I'd like to, one question and 2 points. My first point is about King Solomon saying that nothing is new under the sun. You with me?
Yes.
One being, you remember the story of Nebuchadnezzar and the 3 Hebrew boys, Daniel's friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego?
Yes.
And Nebuchadnezzar passed the decree after he built that
they had to bow down, that they all had to pray to him, and they said no.
Right. And whoever did not bow down to it, he passed a decree that many nations, and anyone that didn't bow down when the trumpets were blown and the different instruments played, there were consequences for that, death. So there's nothing new under the sun, and what we see in the past will repeat itself. And these things are imminent. These things are coming down the line, so people need to pay attention to those things. And my second point is something I want to commend you on, is courage. And, the definition of courage is, it's not about being afraid. Courage is acting even when you are afraid. Going forth and doing what you have to do even in the face of fear, and that's what we need to have in these times, is courage. I don't want people to be afraid of these things that's going to come. And I work with
Juvenile. They should be afraid of not fighting back and letting this evil win.
You know what it is, Alex, is I work with juvenile offenders, and I tell them all the time, when you can't control the situation, the only thing you can control is yourself, and they're going to do what they're going to do. The elitists are going to do what they're going to do. This was a great strategy in bringing Barack in, the blacks, and I'm of African descent, but I feel that, knowing the black community, there's nothing that this guy's going to be able to do wrong, because that's the first black president.
Same thing with the white yuppies.
And I understand that, but we have to, like I always tell people, there was a story one time.
Geniuses. They set Obama up against Bush. Of course you're going to go with Obama.
Yeah, the Bush administration terrorized us for so long. Of course, anything other than Bush, people gladly accept.
You know how this works? I'm going to draw a picture, and then I'm going to go back to you and let you finish up, Tristan.
Thank you.
Okay, let's give me a close-up. I'm going to draw a picture of our folks that are watching. I'm going to get a document cam in the ceiling soon. So it's going to be hard to draw this upside down, so I'm just going to draw it and then hold it up. Okay, let's say this is woods, okay? Here are the woods. Here are the woods, and there are pheasant birds in the woods. Okay, these are birds. Now, how do the British, and all cultures have done this, to hunt elephants, any animals? They beat on drums and pots and pans, the servants do, the people behind the birds, and they beat on these pots and pans. Let me close up. Okay, I want to show people this. Here are the people. They beat on pots and pans. Here are the birds, the pheasants. In England, this is how the Queen hunts. It's an ancient form of hunting. They beat on the pots and pans. You'll have 50 acres of woods. And for hours, the people will march to the woods, beating the pots and pans in a big crescent. It'll be a big crescent of people closing in. And then as they get in, they'll start closing the crescent as they walk miles of the woods, beating the pots and pans. And all the animals and all the deer and all the prey will get closed up as they go through the woods. And then they'll start closing it out to where when they come out of the woods, all of the birds and the deer and everything else they might want to be hunting, but generally it's just birds, they, who were all spread out in the woods, they will come out in one little group over just 100 yards or so, hundreds of pheasants flying out. Okay, now, George Bush and the tyranny and the corruption, he's the guys beating the bushes. That's the term, beating the bushes. He's the guy making the noise, being tyrannical, admitting they're torturing, saying they're above the law, saying they're God, launching all these wars. They drive us, the pheasants, into the woods. They start closing the gap on us with Bush. Everybody gets scared. The recession starts. The depression starts. Everybody's freaking out. And then when they come out of the woods, we're all together running from George Bush in the New World Order. He's got a 9% approval rating in Congress. Everybody's waking up. They know the government's evil, and they want a savior. They want the open air. They want to get out of the woods and get away from this threat. And Barack Obama is coming out of the woods. Barack Obama is waiting right here with his people, with their guns. Okay? In fact, they got a big cannon pointed right at them. With birdshot. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. You see right here? This is very primitive drawing, but look. So George Bush, he's evil, he's bad, we know he's bad. Oh my God, the media admits it. Oh my God, what are we going to do? Total tyranny. But he's doing it for our best interest still. They close it up. Oh my gosh, we got to get away from George Bush. Oh, look, Barack Obama, he'll fix it all. We come running out, and there they are, firing on us as we run right into their hands. That's the bait and switch. That's the good cop, bad cop. But these guys work with these guys, and these guys work with these guys. And we, the American people, the people of the world, we're in the woods. We're the pheasants. How about we figure out the scam, and we just go into the woods and live our lives and not let them corral us with fake terrorism? That's another form of this. Scaring us with fake terror. Scaring us with economic collapse. Driving us into the hands of the queen, of the boss, of the kingpins that ran the whole scam. You understand that, folks?
Yes. Hey, Alex, I tell people the story all the time, and I equate it to this, Barack thing. Once when I was in high school, I was robbed by a guy who came across me very nicely. He was working with another guy, and he came, hey, man, you all right? Man, and he came across very nicely and ended up that he was working with the other guy, too. You know, so we can't be fooled by the smiling face and someone seems to be working in your favor when all the while, you know, they trying to set you up for the okie doke. You know, and a lot of people have got off the phone with me because, you know, my friends and family, they hang up the phone on me or tell me I'll talk to you later, you know, because I tell them,